Piscean collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, welcome to your true love reading, your path of true love reading for December 2020, but I just said it's timeless, so whenever you're coming across this is when you are supposed to see it. I am your reader, Mark Angelo Lyons, Mal for short, professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions, Pisces Moon. The Archangel of Lions, Mark Angelo Lyons, but you can call me Mal. Hey, my fishy family. Hello, my mer people. Mer. I hope you are all well. Really, really glad to be doing this final in the series of the Path of True Love Reads, the Timeless True Love Reads with Pisces. I mean, I know you guys have to wait the longest, but I always save the best for last, or at least my guides do. So I'm very, very happy to be doing this one. This role with the extended reads have been really wonderful. Really paced myself, didn't burn out too much. So on the empathic scale of things, I think I'm doing 10 out of 10. So let's get up in this gig, shall we, my Pisceans? It is a general read, right? Please take what resonates, leave what doesn't. There is an extended on VIMEO.com. The link is in the description box. You should know by really the first bunch of cards on the table whether or not this is your read or close to. So please just go with your gut, go with your energy in your body, not so much what the mind is telling you on these, because this is stuff that sort of defies logic, right? It's a path of true love. There are some links in the description box. Some of mine, I think they might be all mine, stuff that I've taught about true love in general, about what it is and all that, because this is a path of true love reading. It's your path. It's your journey. It's your hero's journey, your healing journey through your relationships, with your relationships, that whole thing. It's where we get some of our biggest spiritual lessons. And as Michelangelo said when asked how he carved the David, he said, I didn't carve the statue of the David. God created the David. I just removed the excess marble. That's what the path of true love is, which is why it is a hero's journey. And which is why these archetypes, you're going to get, by the way, we're doing a Celtic Cross spread. You're going to get 10 Celtic Cross Daughters of the Moon Tarot, the internal aspects of the path of true love, which is the most important, because that's what you can do something about. The externals, maybe, maybe not. But we're getting 3 other cards on top of that, getting 13 cards in this spread. And you see all these are all in the extended. That's why they're back there. So we will be clarifying with the Mythic Tarot for the external stuff in the extended. It's $5. Worth it. The last couple ones I've been doing have been like 50 minutes. So, you know, they're worth it. And you have unlimited views the way I have it set up on Vimeo. So you can watch it whenever. I mean, they're timeless. Whenever they might repeat. It's very possible. So let's do this. As I said, it's a general read. Check your other signs, right? You're going to get different aspects of the path of true love, maybe even different relationships. They're not all sexual or romantic, but I have to say the predominant number have been here on YouTube, because that's what I think people are needing, right? It's like, yeah, my family stuff will work out, but what's going on with this guy or this person or whatever. So let's do this. All the decks that I read are in the description box below at the bottom. So check out those links if you want to what true love, at least my take on it. We'll be putting out the Path of True Love book next year or the year after. Right now, Words of Grace is getting ready to hit Kindle. My first Kindle is coming. Signing contracts. We've just been having trouble with the digital aspect. Digital signatures. Oh my good God, you millennials and your digital signatures. Anyway, I'm ready to rock and roll. I may be in this one. I may be not as a Pisces moon, but I said my prayers. I'm ready to rock and roll. I think that's about it. Let's see how it goes. Take a nice deep breath. All of that exposition is absolutely necessary. Everybody does it on YouTube. No one drops you down in the middle of a reading, right, or a process without giving you a little heads up. So let's really take a few deep breaths. By the way, I am barefoot. Pisces moon that I am, ruled by the feet. I'm feeling my Pisces souls, as it were. So here we go. My collective pantheons of angels, goddesses, gods, masters, and the higher selves of all involved. Please, I need one card in clarity. What is the dominant archetype, the dominant soul power on the path of true love for the Piscean collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs on the path of true love, December 2020 are timeless. Now, this archetype can be them, can be somebody they are dealing with on the path of true love, a situation, can be all of that, some of that. Please go deep here. What is the real dominant archetype on the path of true love for Pisces? December 2020, the Mother Archetype. Now, by the way, It does not mean that this is necessarily a maternal thing. I mean, it is archetypally, energetically, but you got to get the mother archetype, the oldest on the planet, right? The mother and the father. There's always been mother. Take it back to Eve if you like, if you want to go that route. But the shadow is just as horrible and toxic as the light is. Everything. The shadow attributes, smothering or abandoning children. Do you get the polarity on that? Like either smothering or not, like nothing in between. No balance there. Instilling guilt in children for becoming independent, and the light. And the heating kicked on, so sorry. It's okay. But that thing, when you instill guilt in anyone because they are becoming independent, check that mother vibe in you. Did your mother do that? Did other mother figures in your life do that, right? Are you doing that? Is someone doing that to you, right? That's Path of True Love. It's only the first card down. We're getting a whole Celtic Cross on this. The light attribute, though, what the alchemy is here, what the love can do. Nurturance, patience, unconditional love, joy, and giving birth to life. And that can be giving birth to a new relationship. That can be giving birth to creative projects. I have the mother archetype. Do I ever? I was literally conceived to heal mothers. Wait till that autobiography comes out. Even the story of my birth, right? So fucking symbolic. So wrought with meaning. So look, the mother archetype, whether this is you, does not mean this can't be a romantic sexual read. Here's why. Because you got maiden, you got mother, you got crone. They all get their stuff touched. If that's what this reading is. I'm not saying definitely it is. I don't know. But I think we're about to find out. Shall we? Daughters of the Moon Tarot. Voices of the goddesses. And oh shit, we got the mother archetype, right? Maiden, mother, crone. Let's take a nice deep breath. Here we go. My goddesses of water in the sign of Pisces. For me personally, that is Artemis the Amazon, Diana the Mother, and Circe the Enchantress, the Alchemist, the Sorceress, please, the Witch. One card. Let's do it this way. 10 cards in clarity, Celtic Cross spread for the Piscean collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Sun of the Path of True Love. Oh, mother. December 2020, or timeless, please. What is the card that covers us Pisces? Watching this video, and maybe even doing this video on the Path of True Love. What represents us on the Path of True Love? Come here. Get back here. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? You got the crone card of the Hermit. So we're the Hermit, right? She who rides alone, but rides high up. So definitely in solitary time here, definitely inward drawn. Pisces, it's the darkest. By the way, at the time I'm doing this, we are in the darkest part of the moon, in the darkest part of the year, right? The dark moon coming up before Yule, right? So we're still in that last bit of Samhain, right? That last bit of that Halloween-y death energy getting ready for the birth of Yule. So conserving our energies, looking within, major arcana card, first card down. Remember, that's what's going on inside of you, right? Daughters of the Moon, the way the guides told me to do this is that these cards are about heart, throat, third eye, and crown, right? Mythic Tarot will be more about the solar plexus, the sacrum, and the root, the physical, and also emotional world that way too, right? Because the solar plexus is where the physical and the emotional, right? The heart and the you see that there's zones of overlap. God, I'm such a fucking spiritual teacher. I can't help myself. My goddesses, please, one card in clarity for the Piscean collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. What crosses us on the path that you love? I got and that's the Virgo card. I'm a Virgo, so I'm like, all right. I think I might be in this one with the Mother Archetype. Yeah, I think there's a strong possibility. Please, what crosses us on the path of true love? There you are. December 2020. Or timeless. Fuck. The Deception card. About 4 of Swords. There's so many ways to look at that. But, I mean, let's go with what's written on the card. Deception, right? And that can be self-deception. So you are on the path of true love, looking within as the hermit, right? Pulling back, pulling out of everybody else's energy field so that maybe as an empath, You're not so much feeling everybody else's stuff, letting things settle down, right? So that you can really feel. Like, think of your intuitive field as water, and it gets other people's stuff in it, and it gets cloudy, right? Well, to pull back and let that settle, right? So that your clarity comes in there, because you might, okay, for a good chunk of you, you feel like you're being deceived, but it's a mental thing. So you're not sure, oh my God, this is so Pisces. Am I deceiving myself that I'm being deceived? Whoa, right? And see the two swords under, right? She's sitting on that hard stone bench, blindfolded. I love what she's wearing. But, you know, the two swords that you see on her shoulders, very much indicative of the Two of Swords in traditional tarot, in Rider-Waite. But with those four underneath it, I love what she did there. And by the way, it is a waxing moon. So this is saying there is more to come. So inside of you, whatever so if this is what's going on inside of you, deep, it's like double hermit. I'll have a double hermit. Oh, that sounds like a good cocktail. With this going on, either you're feeling deceived or you're aware you're deceiving something, which is a little bit different than playing something close to your chest. It depends on the vibe, right? And with that Mother Archetype, Mother can be very sneaky when she's in her shadow. I know. I've felt it. I've done it. Look, ain't nobody perfect. You can't, unless you're perfect every step of the way, no one's perfect. Right? It's a quantum divine plan. We're walking here on the path of true love. But this is interesting. What's at the core, please, my goddesses? For us Pisceans on the path of true love, the trickster. Jeez. You know, these two cards have been popping up over and over and over again. And I wonder if it's just because of 2020 that people have been locked down and isolated, like a hermit card year for many of us, not all of us, but many of us, right? And if you have been hermited with others, where those contracts were either already complete and just sitting there like stale bread, or worse, or they came due, right? The contracts have, and so that's the sense maybe of even isolation, Pisces, going within you. But with this trickster card at the core, there's a trick being played. Now here's the thing, it's major arcana. This doesn't represent a person in this sense, not in the third position, the core of what's really going on, not a major arcana card. This is Loki, this is Coyote Woman. There's a trick being played on you, but it's being played on you by the divine. Remember, Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac. We have all the other signs in us, right? We are the mystics. We're not the only mystics. I mean, any sign can be a mystic. But like if you look at zodiacally, connected to the collective unconscious, 12th house, right? It's all mystery, but we're good at swimming in those waters. So whether or not we are deceiving ourselves, because let's be clear, look, I'm a Pisces moon. Self-delusion comes with, right? Because you're tuning into all these things. And really what may be true in one, I don't want to say the word dimension, but I guess it's the right word, in one vibrational dimension need not be true in another, right? It's very C.S. Lewis. It's very Terry Pratchett. Very Terry. Oh, blessed be both of you. What's in our behind? What's behind us on the path? Our little fishy butts. Breathe. My goddesses of Pisces in the sign of water, please. What is behind us on the path of true love? September 2020 or Thomas, because are you kidding? I can totally relate to this. Gods are playing chess, and we have no idea what stratagems they have in play already. So please, my goddesses, what's behind us on the path of true love? December 2020 or timeless? Well, we're coming from a place of appraisal. A place of appraisal, right? That lovely Seven of Pentacles of saying, I have planted this. This is what's behind us. This is where we're coming from, the past, essentially. Relative to this deception card, though, the 4 and the 2, the even cards in the horizontal trajectory of the cross are past, present, future. So this is a deep internal evaluation, right? Maybe evaluation not just of your physical stuff, but of your emotional stuff. Remember, this is the yin. So matches really well. So you're still in that phase, right? In fact, looking at these at the way that they would sit in the spread, you are still looking backwards into that. Well, so to speak, that this is an ongoing process, but now it's major arcana. Before I have been like, I don't know about this. Not so much the indecision, but that thing of something feels off, right? An evaluation, but almost like it felt off viscerally, physically for you, not just emotionally, although they go hand in hand pretty quickly, right? Think a thought, creates an emotion, you feel it physically, right? That process of instant manifestation of thoughts and emotions. Everybody wants instant manifestation. Start there. Work. Okay, so appraisal, internal appraisal, we got it. So what comes next? What's crowning? Like in this present moment, onward, forward. You can't really call it the future, but it's not really exactly the present yet. Like a baby being born, Mother Archetype, right? Something's crowning, something's coming through. Please, my beloved goddesses of Pisces in the sign of water, what crowns us on the path of true love? December 2020 or timeless? New information, Gemini. Now, again, this is internal, but when a court card comes up in the crowning position, this can represent a person who brings a message that does something to you internally. Now, that can be anything. Hi, no, this is someone's expressing themselves. This could even be you expressing yourself. Gemini energy, mutable air, your mutable water. Now it's a square. It's not an opposition, so it can be a little tricky. That's why Pisces, sometimes we might have a little trouble expressing how we feel, because it's not the only sign of communication, but Gemini, if there's any kind of planetary square going on there with Gemini at the time, it might be hitting you whatever your Pisces is, and it makes it look like, and other times it's just like, bam, comes right out of you, right? So there's definitely a self-expression energy there coming on here. Gemini, mutable air, feeling like there's something that you're going to say. And again, it could be a message that comes to you. It doesn't have to be a Gemini person, particularly when it's inside an inside card. And that's why the Mythic Tarot, the Yang part of this, is helpful. But if you know what's going on inside of you, particularly as a Pisces or a Cancer or a Scorpio, I'm going to say, then really the path of true love, you have a way of really learning how to trust your own intuitive navigational system here. But if there's something that's coming up that you really feel like you need to say, write it first, right? Or say it out loud. Not that you're rehearsing what you need to say to somebody necessarily, but this could even be a creative project, right? The Mother Archetype, that could be that you are pregnant with creative child, not literal. Verbal child, oh God, I crank those out all day long. It's reading itself, right? What is before us on the path of true love, my goddesses, please? December 2020 or timeless, so this would be the one that connects with that Seven of Pentacles and what's behind us, the fourth card, the second card, deception there in the cross. So what is before us on the path, please? Okay. Not bad. Let's put these down for a second. Three of Pentacles, one of my most favorite cards in this deck. I know, it's only a 3. Yeah, I have really big feet. I have size 11 of feet, so every day I'm walking 11. Yeah, whatever. So the clay beneath the feet, the clay woman taking the earth beneath her feet, creating something beautiful, practical, and stable once it is fired in the oven, right? In the kiln, or the K-I-L-N, not to be confused with the kilt. You really don't want to get your kilt in your kiln or vice versa. So she's molding, she's sculpting. It's funny, we're talking about all this mutability. I very much see this as a Virgo card, mutable earth. So you're coming into this internal creativity, and that does make sense. With that Gemini card at your crown, you can almost see this as gestating, right? That seed has been planted, right? The sperm and the egg, symbolically speaking, at least that's what it feels like here. This mind baby, this thought baby is gestating, and it might actually be very physiological for you. You know, when you're really into something and time disappears, right? That's a good solid foundation for a project, even if it's not like that all the way through. Because this does feel like you come into a solid place. Now, on the path of true love, yes, there's a creative aspect to this. But in terms of a relationship, the only other person that I see indicated other than you here is that Gemini. The minor arcana cards on the internal in that way really do speak about interior states, things that happen inside of yourself. Major arcana are the places that you go through in life, internally, symbolically. And you got 2 out of 6. It's not huge, but they're the Hermit and the Trickster. Let's keep going. That's the cross. Let's do the staff. More the mystical, universal side of stuff, please, my goddesses. 1 card in clarity for the Piscean collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign on the path of true love. Position number 7. Card number 7. What is the lesson the divine is trying to teach them on the path of true love, right? People will call it negative influences, but that's because they don't get it's a game. What are we trying to learn? What's being, what's the lesson? Path of True Love, December 2020, your timeless. Oh, the Aquarian card. Now this could be a person. In the 7th position, that a lesson can be delivered by someone with an Aquarian energy. Could be friendly, right? Sagittarians, Aquarians tend to be egalitarian. Everybody's a friend. That's why it's Eagle Woman, Excel, or Excel. Somebody said it to me the other day. I was like, what? Oh, sorry, I'm from New York. It's Excel, all right? She's the Corona Blades flying with scissors. You know, you're not supposed to run with them, but I guess you could fly with them if you're a goddess, because she is, right? So that distance, someone who can be distant, right? Fixed air, stratospheric, that, hey, we're all one, right? The Age of Aquarius. Go listen to the song. Although, honestly, the words as they're written, it sounds more like the Age of Pisces, but that's a different story. Totally. Harmony and understanding, sympathy and trust abounding. Mystic crystal revelation is Pisces, not Aquarius, but whatever. So this could be a friendly influence here. This could be inside of you, perhaps. Oh, got it. As this hermit, see, because she's up in the air, right? She's riding a gray horse over, I guess, Stonehenge, some stone circle. So do you see the height there? Whoops. Shit, Mark, you're in trouble with that. Yeah, you see the height going on there? Put you back where you go. So the lesson that you're learning is to see the larger picture here, where there absolutely could be somebody who helps you do that. Right? That's what readings do. Readings are like GPS, well, particularly Celtic Cross, right? It's like, you are here, card number 1, and then the rest of it fills out around you so that you can make choices. So there's a lesson here, Pisces, about maybe seeing the larger picture in some way, shape, or form. At least that's what's coming up on the internal here. And again, that could absolutely be someone helping you do that. Is there anything screaming romantic sexual here? No. Doesn't mean it ain't here, though. So from the outside looking in, my goddesses, the 8th position, how does the world perceive them on the path of true love? Us, I'll say, on the path of true love, December 2020, or timeless, please, my goddesses. That's the Taurus, or at least that's the energy. How do they perceive us? Not necessarily how they see us, but we are being perceived as somebody with values, right? With bedrock values, fixed earth. Yes, fertility and prosperity and abundance and all that stuff, but it's also your lifelong values, right? Because you value your prosperity, your abundance, and all that stuff. You value your family or not. You value your freedom or not. You value, for me, honesty has become so key because I'm such a fucking empath that if I can't tell somebody's lying, which is rare, if I don't know them, but if they're close to me and they know my buttons and how to avoid them, and I'm feeling one thing, but what they're telling me is another, it's the worst thing you can do to an empath is lie to them and withhold truth. Because we know something's wrong. It drives us crazy, right? So to me, honesty is big one that way. It's like, just don't lie to me. I always find out the truth. And what you think I ain't got truth spells? Want one? Simple. Almost straight out of charm. Lies be shown, truth be known. You can dress it up. Candle, crystal, herb, poof. Life's good and harming none. Break chains of illusion and set all things to right. Reveal what has been hidden and bring the truth to light. Well-being alone, harming none. My goddesses, what's going on the path of true love for us in terms of 9th position? Destiny, right? The hero's journey. Where are we on the hero's journey of the path of true love? Alchemizing fate to destiny, particularly with this Mother Archetype. You know, again, nothing screaming sexual romance here, but where are we on the path? What is the destiny part of this, the divine plan part of this for us? A new beginning, a new passion, a new inspiration. Now it's only an ace. It's the Ace of Flames. The Ace of Wands could be an attraction, could be a sexual spark. Wait. I just saw this. You've got the Mother Archetype. Oh, look at them! Their heads are literally in the same angle, looking down, well, one at a baby, and the other with a baby on her back. Corn mother, great corn mother, hoe in a row of corn. One would think. Corn? Let me show you a story about I had corn. Oh my goodness gracious. So look, this really feels like on the path of true love, something new is being born in you. It's either underway right now, like there's a pregnancy vibe here archetypally. Like I said, it doesn't have to be you're a mother literally, or that you're dealing with a mother, but the path of true love, girl, you pregnant. Sorry, guy, you pregnant. Person, you pregnant. Outcome, breathe. Lamaze. They didn't have Lamaze the last time I gave birth to a child. Although Wim Hof helps. Breathe. My goddesses, please. Now, since we got the Mother Archetype, I'm going to ask particularly the goddess Diana, right? I could have done that from the beginning, but I just realized we got two mothers on the table here. And this Ace of Flames in the Destiny position, it's sort of like the call. Oh my God, it's the call to the hero's journey on the path of true love, isn't it? Real inside, like that, right? Like someone lit a torch in you. Someone lit a very phallic looking fire under your ass. Be careful. Preparation H, please. What is the most probable outcome in the quantum field for the Piscean collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs on the path of true love, considering everything on the table here? December 2020 or timeless, please, Mother Diana. And you got the Virgo card. Now this is a person. This is definitely a person. This is definitely a Virgo, either Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, or is really doing that sixth house thing, right? Healing, occupation, service. I mean, look, I am a Virgo. Do I look like a virgin? Fresh eyes. Fresh eyes help everything. But it is that thing of very independent, very, very grounded, very service. The Maiden of Blades, the Virgo card, is mutable earth, your complementary opposite. So how interesting. You have got mutable air in your crown. Now, these could be the same person. Could be the same person, could be two different people. It doesn't matter. There's a trick going on here. You know it in your core. Something's off here. Something is off here, but I think it's the divine. I think it's the divine plan thing. Path of true love. Hero's journey kind of stuff, right? So it's interesting. You have one Gemini that's a square, and the other that's an opposite, but a complementary opposite. I am a Virgo, Sun with Pisces moon, and like I said, there's a very Virgo element here in your sixth position, and the sixth and the 10th are tied together in the quantum and in the reading simply because they're future oriented, right? So very, very interesting thing here. You know, I'll give you, put it all together at the end, but let's get our last two cards on the table. The Whisper of Love Oracle, all right? The voices of the higher selves of all involved. What's the whisper we need? The whisper in our ear. Just breathe, Mark, breathe. Oh, the higher selves of all involved. I'm guessing my own included, please. One card in clarity for the Piscean collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Ooh, I feel you. On the path of true love, December 2020, or timeless with this Mother Archetype, right? Starting with the Hermit, ending with Virgo. Virgo is the Hermit card. We got the Trickster on the table, deception, all internal. Some new message coming in, some new self-expression or message either from the Pisces out or to the Pisces in that inspires, that launches things. And that's why I get there could be like communications crowning coming in that's going to light your fire. Get that spark going, the lesson being about pull back, see the larger picture, because you're coming off as someone whose values, who's strong, fertile earth. So please, the higher selves of all involved, what is the whisper of love for the Piscean collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign on the path of true love, December 2020 or timeless? Look at your pattern in relationships, will ya? Look at your pattern in relationships. That's the stage that you're at here, with appraisal in the path, right, and behind you in the path. Hermit in the present moment, so to speak, right? The card that covers you, and even that Virgo. But I do feel like with that Ace of Flames on the table, that there's something new coming in and you're having to really address your core values. It requires inner strength to recognize that you need to change or modify your behavior. It's like I said, you're very, very strong. That's how people perceive you. Do you perceive you that way? Because you are. You've got that mother archetype strength inside of you. Even if you're a guy, like I'm a guy and I have the mother. Granted, I'm gay. I know that can freak some straight guys out, but trust me, right? If you, oh, please. I have men in my family that treat their cars like their children, right? They're no possession thing. I named my car, though, too. I have a gray Toyota RAV4. I named him Dorian. Gray Toyota RAV4. Last card down. The Healing Mantra deck by Matt Kahn. Need the bookie book there for this one. The Voices of the Ascended Masters. What is the perfect healing mantra to get you through this? Now, I will say, let's see. I like to do this. This is helpful, right? So we've got 2 air. We've got 1 fire. We've got no water. No water, Pisces. That's interesting. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 earth. So that's predominant. And you've got 1, 2 major arcana. Okay, so you know that earth is your dominant thing here. So that could be a little bit more rested, particularly the earth cards that there are. So please, my Ascended Masters of the Path of True Love, please, 1 card in clarity. What is the perfect healing mantra for the Piscean collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs on the Path of True Love, December 2020, or timeless? Please, my Ascended Masters. Invoking self-realization. Each breath confirms how awake I already am. I'll show you. I do a lot of fucking breath work. Look into rebirthing. Trust me. Invoking self-realization. Again, the lighting with this. Each breath confirms how awake I already am. And that's about, are you aware of the breath? Because if you're aware of the breath, and breath is life, you're awake. You're in the present moment. I do a lot. I like Wim Hof breathing. Look up WIMHOF. It's really intense. However, holotropic breathing, what do they call soma breathing, right? DMT breathing, like all these cyclic breathing, box breathing. You get apps that talk you through it with moving imagery, right? Just there's a big thing about your breath here, and with the air that you have here. Particularly with the Aquarius, that could really get you up to such a high point of view, a high vibrational thing, right? As you exhale the stress and other people's stuff that you've picked up, whew, up you go. It's like the balloon thing. It's like you cast off the ballast and whew, up you go. Sorry, they're giving me a lot for you, but you're the last reading. They always save the best for last for you guys. Where are we? Illuminating the truth, inspiring others, invoking self-realization. Get comfy. Each breath confirms how awake I already am. And it's interesting, it's that word confirms. Breathe. Self-realization is a spontaneous remembrance of your interconnection to all that is. Remember the 12th house thing. We're connected to we are the collective unconscious in form. Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, and Venus maybe. You are willing to embrace your individuality as a unique expression of source and physical form. Absolutely I am. Each and every one, a completely unique, highly individualized curriculum for each and every one of us. By aligning with the breath, you see that while you appear to be a person, it is the universe that breathes everything into existence. Why? Because there's only one life force, and we are that life force, and these bodies are animated by that life force. So we are the life force, not the body. Therefore, each breath confirms how awake I already am. Very powerful. Do you feel the power in that? Like in your belly, feel that power? Or belly breathing? This mantra is ideal for reducing stress, managing pain, and relaxing the nervous system. See, darling, I think that you're picking up some empathic overload because look at planet Earth anyway. I mean, it's always like that, but I mean, 2020, come on. So this thing of deception that's going on inside of you. Breathe, right? There is a trick going on here, but this external deception, or at least you feel you're being deceived about something. Again, the extended will look right at that. The divine is playing a trick, and I think you know that at your core. It's like there's something going on here that somehow this thing, I don't know what it is. It's almost like knowing there's a surprise party coming, but if you don't get the surprise party element, it's like people are fucking plotting against me, right? You know, but you're like, but it doesn't feel weird, but it does, right? So be in the breath. Breathe through that. I'm also going to highly recommend Ho'oponopono, H-O-P-O-N-O-P-O-N-O. A Hawaiian problem-solving technique, goes back. It's ancient, revised in, well, I guess that was the 70s, the 80s, or the 90s by Dr. Hugh Len. There's a book called Zero Limits. Joe Vitale wrote the book about it. I actually took a weekend workshop with Dr. Hugh Len. Check it out. Just Ho'oponopono, just not going into it here. But the breath with that, and Wim Hof and Ho'oponopono. I'm a Wim Hof. Oh, God, what? I'm a Hof. Oh, it sounds a little too Hasselhoff for me, which back in the day, in that car, maybe. Little handy J night. Okay, here's the blessing. Here's the blessing. Breathe. May the Piscean collective sun, moon, rising, Venus signs be blessed with all that we need on the path of true love for December 2020, or timeless at this Mother Archetype may move us all into a place of more nurturance, unconditional love, and joy, giving birth to life. As that ace of flames and their destiny begins to glow brighter and brighter and brighter, while they take the time as the hermit within themselves to pull back and see things from a larger point of view, particularly concerning any deception going on within or around them, from them, or to them, that they are able to grok and feel the divine working a plan here, that they're not supposed to know what's ultimately going on. But if they go and see that larger picture, may they receive the clues, the tips, the hints that they need, because they're already assessing, appraising what's going on physically in their life intuitively, but there is information coming in. Someone's expressing themselves here. So may this self-expression be in alignment with that Mother Archetype in sense of something that now is being gestated. It's been germinated, now it's gestated, it's beginning to grow, that mutable earth inside of them, working this out. Still, if this deception is in play, that they may really see things from the highest perspective, egalitarian, humanitarian, because their values, their strength, it's all there. It's all that stability is there for them, so that this destiny that lies ahead of them, or even already within them, as that ace of flames, that fire, that torch, that creation, that they are able to reach their outcome whole, complete, independent, clear, creative, fertile, and maybe even interacting with somebody who brings this to fore on the path of true love for December 2020, or timeless. So mote it be. And so it is. It's a lot. Look at your pattern in relationship, see the bigger picture, and keep breathing. You're going to keep breathing anyway. But it's a really good mantra. If you really do that for a fixed amount of time, saying, I don't know, 10 minutes a day, doesn't seem like a lot, but it's a lot. Every day, same time of day or something like that, you're really going to wake up spiritually, and you're going to blow out a lot of what this deception is, because my sense is, and of course we will see this in the extended, but my sense is that this is other people's stuff that has clouded your intuitive lenses. Oh, that was pretty. This is a lovely little metaphor there. Thank you so much for watching, my darling Pisceans, my mer people. If something resonated here, please hit the thumbs up. It helps people see the work. It just does, my Pisces, and I love you. You want more of me and you're new to my channel, please do subscribe, follow along. I'm good at what I do, and I'm fun. And, you know, comment. What is this, right? People say comment. Well, what is this Mother Archetype? Is this you? Is this somebody else? What does this mean? Is there an art project in place? Or are you collaborating with people? I am. The Kindle book's coming up. We're going to contract as soon as I can fucking figure out how to get that digital. I've done it before. It's just not working. I better call a millennial. Wishing you all the very best and the very blessed of all of this, my beloved Pisces. Hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.